What is up, guys?
Didn't even get to cross.
What is up, guys? Today is a Q&A, like I said last week, the first video of the week. I'm going to do another one for Sunday. I'm just going to pretty much go through the comment section of my last YouTube video and go down, randomly select a few, and then probably stop the video at like 10 to 15 minutes. So let's just get started, let's jump right into it. Oh, the Q&A topic is business and modeling questions. Alright, the first question is, what's the name of your agency? So I'm currently based in Miami. I do have agencies in LA, New York, London, and then I do have a mother agency in Oregon. Your mother agency is pretty much the agency that you sign with first. Most of the time it's in your hometown, but I know of people that sign outside of their state as their mother agency. So I am with Elite in Miami, Wilhelmina in LA, Seoul in New York, London I am with D1, and then Oregon I'm with Option. What are my plans after modeling? I definitely want to run my own business, definitely want to be my own boss. Acting, I've always wanted to act, but I never really took the step to get into it. Maybe next time I go to LA, I'll definitely jump into some acting classes and see how I like it. Next question, do you plan on being a model in the future? Do you have other aspirations? That kind of ties into the question that I just answered. I do not plan on modeling in the future for a very long time after this. I mean, I enjoy doing it right now. I do plan on doing it for the next couple years, maybe longer, but it's definitely not a long-term career for me. I love it, but it's just not a passion of mine to just have a career in modeling. Alright, next question is, how did you grow on Instagram? I don't really have a specific reason or a specific picture on how I grew on Instagram, how I kind of just blew up, but the big jump was, I think, in the fall, I think of 2014, I went from 50,000 to almost 200,000 within about a month and a half. So that is definitely contributed to the reason why my Instagram has grew pretty quickly. It has now slowed down, definitely not as growing as fast as it was 2 years ago. I mean, I can't really explain it, it just kind of happened. Instagram was very big 2 years ago, it was probably the biggest it ever was, so I knew a lot of people that were growing pretty quickly, and I just kind of happened to fall into that category. Kept posting pretty much every other day, quality photos, beach photos when I was in California, and that is a big reason why I am where I'm at on Instagram right now. Do you plan on quitting modeling anytime to pursue a full-time career in fitness? This ties into the last couple questions. I wouldn't say quitting, I wouldn't use that word, but I would say focusing a lot more of my time on the fitness part of my career rather than the modeling part. They're both very flexible right now, so I'm able to do both, but I definitely want to put more of my time into my fitness part of my career and slowly transition out of modeling. But I do enjoy modeling, so I don't want to just straight up quit. I don't have any plans of doing that.
But yeah, I mean, an agency isn't going to just sign you based, I think that's what they're asking. They're saying, I think the person is saying, if I sent in a photo, is an agency going to sign me? And that's not generally going to happen. They're going to say, this person has potential, but we want to meet them in person, things like that.
Okay.
They can tell you no, though, for sure.
Yeah. Next question is, can a modeling agency just tell from a snapshot if you have what it takes to be a model? I would say yes and no to that question. When you do, most of the agencies you'll send in a picture of yourself to the agency, and then from there, if they like you and they want to move forward, most of the time, if you're local, they will have you come in, visit them in person, face to face, have a conversation with you, take a look at you in person, and then also to want to know your goals and your the reasoning on why you want to be a model. They want to take your measurements too. I know there's multiple questions in here about height, but a big thing is height in the modeling industry. So they're going to take measurements of you. If you're a girl, they're going to take a lot more measurements of you. But I would say half and half, like they would be able to tell if you can model, yes, right off one snapshot. Sometimes, for example, for me, I sent in photos when I was 16 years old to an agency and they didn't even get back to me. And then the second agency I actually sent it to, who I'm with now in Oregon, wanted to meet me, and it went from there. So don't give up if an agency doesn't respond to you and you send in a picture. There's so many agencies around here, and don't give up just after one agency if they say no, maybe even if they say yes. Look around, see what your options are, and go from there. My question is, do models follow a different workout routine as opposed to people like Mark Fit or Christian Guzman? I know who both of them are, so I can kind of answer the question from my perspective of things, and then also from like a lot of the other models and what their goals are and stuff like that. For me, my workout style is very similar to Mark Fit or Christian Guzman or pretty much any other fitness YouTuber. I am trying to build mass, I am trying to get myself bigger, I am really in the fitness, so I'm always trying to build muscle, stay lean. I'd say about 95 to 99% of other models don't work out to build mass, they work out to stay lean because that's what they have to do to book jobs. There's agencies have a lot of control over certain models. Pretty much an agency can control a model as much as the model allows them to, and if an agency tells a model to get smaller or don't add any more muscle, a lot of models will do that. But for me, since I have a big passion in fitness, and like I said, I do want to transfer my career over to the fitness community, I kind of do what I think is better for me and what I think is best for me and what I enjoy doing. So if an agency told me to get smaller or don't add any more muscle, I probably would still do what I want to do. That being said though, a lot of the other models don't work out to build muscle, they do work out to stay toned. So yes, their workout style is different than Christian Guzman and Mark Fit. Me personally, it's pretty much the same. Next question, can a guy like me at 5'11" have a good modeling career? What agencies do you recommend? How tall are you? Looks like you're over 6'2". I'm honestly about 6'2" exactly. I need to measure myself. I haven't measured myself in probably over a year, but I am pretty close to 6'2". Can a guy like me at 5'11", there's a fine line. If you go to New York, most likely they won't sign anyone that is 5'11". I know Austin is 6 foot, he works quite a bit in different markets, so I'd say the limit is honestly 6 foot. Depending on how much an agency likes you, they might cheat your height a little bit on the comp card or on your book or your portfolio online. But they definitely will measure you before they sign you, and they will get your true height, and then from there you can decide. I'd say anything less than 5'11" and a half, it's going to be very hard to get a good career in modeling just because they want clothes to fit in a certain way. Runway models are usually over 6'1" for guys. What's the height on women? And for girls, Courtney said 5'7". You can sometimes get away with 5'8" to 5'11". 5'8" to 5'11" is usually the sweet spot, and then she does know girls that are 6 foot. So for guys, usually 6 foot to 6'3". And then if you're over 6'3", they're probably going to cheat your height down a little bit. So if you're 6'4", they're probably going to say you're 6'3", even 6'2" on your comp card. What agencies do you recommend? This is a good question, and this is I'm going to go into a little bit of more detail on this. People always want to, right off the bat, they want to sign with a big agency. Sometimes they go straight to New York agencies and want to get signed right off the bat. I recommend going to your hometown, looking on Google, doing a quick search on Google for good agencies in your hometown, sign with them, and then from there build yourself up, build your book, build connections, and from there have your agency place you in different markets, like for LA, for Miami. I didn't get signed in New York until about 3 months ago, and I've been doing this for 5 years, so it definitely takes time. Don't expect to go straight to New York and get signed right off the bat. And if you do, it might be a tough road. I mean, you could get lucky and you could just start working right off the bat. Oh, I just kind of answered this question. What advice would you give guys and girls out there interested to start a modeling career in the modeling industry? Like what I just said, start small, go to local agencies and work your way out from there. Is it hard for you to stay lean year-round for modeling purposes? I love this question. It's very difficult for me. As you guys know, and as you guys, all of you guys that watch other fitness YouTubers, you guys see them bulking. Like Christian Guzman, for example, has been bulking for quite a while after his show. Mark Fit's been bulking. A lot of fitness YouTubers take almost a year, even over a year, to just add on good size. For me, I don't have the luxury of doing that. I have to stay pretty lean the entire year round. I almost lost a few jobs actually a couple months ago because I was too big in the winter time. So now I'm starting to lean down for the season. Right after this season though, guys, I'm going to bulk right back up, hopefully do it for at least 8 months. We'll see what happens though, but yes, it is very difficult to stay lean year round because it's very hard to add mass when you're in a deficit of calories. What or who inspired you to make a YouTube channel? A lot of fitness YouTubers. I can't really pinpoint a specific person, but many fitness YouTubers have inspired me to make my own channel, and so far just YouTube in general has made me a better person. It has definitely helped me open up, so I definitely am happy I'm doing it, and there's not really a specific person that has inspired me to do it, just fitness YouTubers in general. Do you keep outfits you model, or do they hook you up with product at all? I would say about 80% of the time you have to give back what you shot in. A lot of the time most of the time it's stuff that hasn't been released yet, so you're actually not allowed to take it home. But there are special occasions where you'll sometimes get to take home socks, even sometimes shoes, sunglasses, a lot of accessories you'll get to take home. A lot of the underwear most of the time you get to take home. But like big products like jackets and stuff, a lot of the time I haven't really personally gotten to take much things home, especially from Nike, because Nike, they shoot year or two in advance, so you're not even allowed to take pictures of the product. Yeah, depending on the client. If it's a smaller client, sometimes they'll let you take some stuff home, or sometimes even shoes. I actually have a pair of jeans in there. Some of my favorite pair were from a shoot I did in Ecuador last year, so there is kind of some cool stuff you get to take home, but I wouldn't say very often. Were you ever scared when you started out modeling? Yes, I was very, very nervous for like the entire, maybe even first 2 years of my modeling career. Every single shoot I went to, I was very nervous. I like barely could sleep the nights before, just having so much anxiety going into the shoot because I was very new to it and I didn't know what to expect. But now it's more enjoyable for me. It's actually a lot more fun than what I was when I was modeling a couple years ago, because now it's less nerve-wracking and just more exciting and fun. You don't know what you're going to shoot. You kind of have the confidence to go into a shoot knowing what the photographer wants and knowing what looks good, so it does give you more confidence. How did you learn how to model? Learning how to just practice, honestly. I think the more shoots you do, the more confident you'll be on camera and the more fun it is. What is the furthest country you have ever visited for modeling work? Hawaii? Oh, country, okay. Question, what is the furthest country you've ever visited for modeling work? I would say Hawaii, but Hawaii is part of the United States, so country, I would say Ecuador. Do you plan on expanding to Asia? If you're going to go to a country for modeling, they usually want you to stay there for multiple months at a time. For example, us in Miami right now, we're going to be here for 3 months. I don't have any plans to go to Asia just because it's going to conflict with a lot of my passion in fitness, and I definitely want to start putting more time into that than modeling. So I don't have any plans on going to Asia. Good question though. I think that's one of the last questions. The next question is, do you prefer runways or photo shoots, and how old do you have to be the model? You have to, I know people that model at 15 years old, but everywhere they go you have to legally have a guardian or a parent with you, even if you travel out of the country. So if a client wants to book you, they have to pay for your flight, not only your flight, but they have to pay for a parent's flight as well. Up until I think you're 18, and then once you're 18 you can do everything on your own. Yes, what was the second part? Do you prefer runways or photo shoots? I am not really a runway model, so I can't really say what I enjoy more, but I'm a print model and that's pretty much all I do is photo shoots. So it depends on what you are, I guess. If you're a runway model, you enjoy runways more. If you're a print model, you probably enjoy shooting more. If I ended up missing your question somehow, definitely comment below and I will answer it. If you guys want me to go into more detail on any of the questions, comment down below and I'll go into more detail. That's going to wrap up this video, guys. I'm going to see you guys in a few days, though. I do have some exciting news coming up in the next video about the future of my YouTube channel, so keep an eye out for that. I will see you guys soon, and thank you for watching. Like if you did enjoy it.